man got the development war, bruv. You get me? Man has to start off in the Portugal. You get me? Shout all the Portuguese man them. Yeah, listen. Sporting Lisbon Development Centre versus FC Porto Development Centre. Who's got the better youth coming through from that B team, under 23s, under 19s? Let's find out. You get me? So we're going to start off with Sporting Lisbon, and Sporting Lisbon, I'm going to start off with their first team candidates, and they've only got one. They've got one first team candidate out of 3 separate teams, which is not really that great, let's be honest. But let's look at him anyway. Well, this development war is based on development points. I'll make a development points. That makes the most sense, bro. So yeah, no, what am I talking about? It's based on noticeability. So if these lot are noticeable, and what I mean by noticeable is if you would promote them and you can see enough to promote them, I'm gonna mark that down. So we've got man like Gonzalo Esteves, yeah, the guy's 17. And I can't lie, for a 17-year-old, he is really good. I'll be honest, he's a complete wing back because right now he can't defend. Fair enough. He hasn't got the positioning right now as well. He is only 17. On the ball, 12 dribbling, 11 flair. Fair enough going forward. I mean, he's got very good pace for his age as well, 14 pace for energy, for acceleration. And you can see, based on the traits, that he does want to just bombard that right-hand side, but that's what he wants to do, innit? So yeah, stat-wise, you can see what he's going to be. You can see that he just wants to be an attacking fullback, literally. Man needs to work on the defences, but he's not bad. He's a good player still. He's young and he's good, bro. All right, the next noticeable player that we've got is Dario Esugo. You get me? All right, so man's 16 now. For a 16-year-old, he's quite well-rounded. Let's be honest. Like, he's got 11 technique, 10 vision, 12 passing. For his age, that's really good, bro. Tackling 11. So far, it looks like he's going to develop into a very physical, but he's decent on the ball, kind of ball in the midfielder, which is a dusty role. But if you're 16 and you've got this much promise, man will let it slide. And as you can see, he's got 13 strength at this young age. He's going to be a very good player, bruv, and he's only 16. That's another noticeable player, Dario Esugo. Cool. All right, the next noticeable player that we've got from Sporting Lisbon's development team is Fernandez. Yeah, cool. So this guy, he is on loan at Basel from the youth team, but because he's part of the youth team, man has to include him in this video, as I always do. Anyway, he's got that 14 pace, 14 energy, 14 acceleration, which is amazing movement. You get me, moving that speed, leaving man behind, bruv. And he's got 13 off the ball, which is good. He's got 14 dribbling and 15 flair, bruv. You get me? So listen, if man's got that on the ball, at that young age, he's only 18. He's very good on the ball. Watching him, he's good on the ball. Mentally, it needs to improve because composure like that. Then again, he is that young. If you were to double intensity that when you're developing him, you could save his career. Simple as. But yeah, right now, he looks like he wants to be a creative winger because he's got a decent build with 13, 12 vision, 12 passing. 10 finishing is not the greatest, but he is only 18. So that's the best thing about this video, the fact that I can actually say, cool, these lot, they haven't done their careers. These lot are about to start their careers, and they've got promise. So far, so good. That's 3. I really just say 3 and hold up 4. Alright, the next noticeable player is Guilherme Santos, bruv. This is number 4, yeah? So he is a advanced playmaker with 13, 10, 12 vision and 12 passing at the age of 16, which is really good. So he can pass the ball comfortably at his young age, yeah? Physically, I wouldn't even try. I'm not gonna lie. The guy's got 4 strength. He's 5'7". That could get very embarrassing. But listen, he's 16. You can understand. Cool. 12 dribbling, 13 flair. He's good on the ball. 12 composure, 12 decisions. You can see he's got the fundamentals at that age. He's only 16. He's got very good fundamentals, bruv. He just needs to work on his position because right now he doesn't even know where he is, bruv. With 9 off the ball and 8 positioning. But overall, he's not a bad player at all, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a very good player, and he's only 16. Man, I have to watch out for this guy. The next player that is noticeable for the Sporting Lisbon development team is Isahaku Abdul Fatawu, bro. Right, say nothing. Mad thing. Anyway, listen. Stat-wise, he is only 17. He's got stats like this: 14 to 12 vision, 13 passing. He's a decent passer. On the ball, he's got 14 dribbling, 13 flair, which is good in terms of movement. 13 pace, 15 agility, 15 acceleration. So yeah, he looks exciting on the ball. However, I'm not gonna lie to you. The guy's 17. Yeah. 6 decisions is really low. Like, come on, that is really low. They're basically saying right now, it's not looking like he's going to be that guy that knows what to do when it's that time to know what to do, bruv. You get me? That's what it's looking like. Decent composure, but yes, the decision making for me needs to improve rapido. Because right now, boy, I'm not going to lie, I don't really like wingers that don't know what to do because they end up like, you know, Andros Townsend and them, man. You know, just on the bench, bruv. You get me? Anyway, man, like Isahaku Abdul Fatawu, he's noticeable at least because he can do a lot, but man just needs to beware of the mental ability. Moving on to the other side, bruv, we got man like FC Porto. Oh my god, I forgot to say Sporting Lisbon's proper name. You know what, I'll save that for the FM23 player ratings, forgive me. Safe. Anyway, listen, yeah, unlike Sporting Lisbon, yeah, they actually have more than one player in the first team candidates. All of these lot right here are selected to be in that first team or recommended. So yeah, let's see what these men are really saying, you get me? Alright, the first player that we've got from that development centre of FC Porto's side is Mo Indai. That's nice. Anyway, listen, 11 technique, 11 vision, 13 passing. So obviously on the ball, it doesn't really look like it's his speciality. But then again, 13 composure is not bad. Decision making 12 is alright, but what it looks like, what his strength is winning the ball. And he looks like he's a guy that wants to win the ball and get rid of it, innit? That's what it looks like, because he's got 14 strength, he's got 13 positioning, and he's got 13 tackling. So yeah, winning the ball looks like his speciality, innit? That's what it looks like. And yeah, he's kind of well rounded. I can understand why you would want him in, well, why you would recommend that he can play in the first team. If you're lacking a lot of depth and you do play with that dusty defensive midfielder on support role, it makes sense, bro. But if you don't use that role, where could you put him? On the bench. So, alright, the next player that they've recommended for me is Gonzalo Borges, bro. Borges, say nothing. Alright, cool. He's 20, say nothing. Same. Anyway, 13, 12 vision, 11 passing. He's a right winger and a left winger. Cool. Now, he's got 16 dribbling, 16 flair, 15 pace, 14 agility, 15 acceleration, and 13 off the ball. So on the ball, he's ridiculous. Let's be real. Like, he can get in that first team based off his on the ball alone. Like, yeah, he's very brilliant to watch. Very flary, very unpredictable, you get me? But when it's time to, you know, be effective on the pitch, I'm not gonna lie, but then again, he's 20. But 20 is a bit, I can't lie, for a 20-year-old, I'm kind of disappointed, I'll be real. Like, there is levels to this, obviously, but right now, it just looks like he's an F2 freestyler. Man just knows how to play football outside of the pitch, but on the pitch, can't really do nothing apart from 10 finishing, 11 passing. The best thing in his end product is 12 crossing, bruv. I'll be real. Probably sounds like I'm roasting this guy. I'm not. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I don't think he's that great in terms of end product, bruv. You get me? But still noticeable somehow. You get me? So, alright, the next one that we've got is Levi Faustino. They said that he is... Nah. Listen, I'm looking at his stats. He's 19, 11 strength, 12 tackling, 12 positioning, composure 10. Is he really noticeable for a centre-back? If it's a no-nonsense, I understand, but 11 strength for a no-nonsense is awful, bruv. He'll get embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, he'll get flattened out like a pancake. But yeah, overall, I don't think this guy is meant to be in that first team candidate list, I'll be real, like based on the stats. But he is quite well-rounded, to be fair. You know what, let me not be harsh. I think if you do give him a lot of game time, so basically a loan, give him a loan, see what he can do after a season or two, you get me, man, like Levi Faustino. Another one we've got is Thomas Esteves, bruv. Cool. He's a wing back on attack with 14 pace, 14 agility, 14 acceleration, very good movement, you get me? Definitely on that noticeable list, yeah? Man has got that 12 dribbling, 11 cross. Hey, listen, forget all of that. Let's just be real. Like, the reason why he is on this noticeable list is because he is quite well rounded. That's why they say he can play in the first team, innit? Because he's okay as a footballer, but you're gonna have to accommodate him. What I mean by accommodating him is this, yeah? You're gonna have to do something that you wouldn't usually do with your first team just to help him out. For example, you're gonna have to make a centre back cover him firstly, and you're probably gonna have to get, yeah, you know what? I think that's the only thing, to be fair. But yeah, you need a centre back to cover him definitely, because 11 tackling, boy, in that first team against them wingers like Marcus Edwards, it could get very embarrassing. Let's be real. But yeah, Thomas Esteves, that's another one that's noticeable in it. All right, now we've got a 21-year-old Romain Correa. Boy, I would never put this guy in the first team. I'm not gonna lie, he's 21. Come on, man. Embarrassing. Listen, it's embarrassing. Let's be real. 12 tackling, 12 positioning. He is basically gonna be a sideman for the rest of his career. He's gonna be on a bench. This man's bench, but it's gonna be on the same bench, bro. You get me? Let's just be real. I'm just being honest with you, as honest as I possibly can. He's whack, bro. He's whack. He's a centre back with 11 jump reach. You don't want to see that. See? Well, that looks like that's all that's noticeable for FC Porto, and I'm being deadly serious. The rest of the players on average look like this. They just don't look like they play football. Let's be real, bro. So yeah, surprisingly, from what it looked like Sporting Lisbon wouldn't win this, but it looks like they might have won. But so man got 5 players from each team, so that's technically a draw, innit? But there can only be one winner. So in terms of that, I'm just gonna have to say who's signable. Who's got the more signable players, bruv? Let's find out. In the transfer market, if you saw Gonzalo Esteves, would you sign him? Me? Yes, I would, brother. Would you? Because I definitely would. Now, if you're in the transfer market and you see more in more in would you sign him? Now, depending on the system that I'm playing and depending on the team that I'm at, yes, I would, bruv. If I'm struggling, if I'm really struggling, and I'm in a defensive situation where I do play with these nonsense dusty roles, defensive midfielder and support, then man will have to sign him, innit, bruv. It'll be less than a mil. It makes sense. You get me? But that's only if that happens. Other than that, I wouldn't sign him. But if that's the case, he's signable, yeah. Now, if I'm in the transfer market and I see Dario Esugo, would I sign this guy? Now, let me tell you why I would sign him, yeah. And the pure reason why I would sign him is not even because he's good or bad now. It's just the fact that he's above average for his young age. Literally, for a 16-year-old, you shouldn't be that good in it. Like, you shouldn't have that much ability for a 16-year-old. On average, they will be bare grades. They'll have a lot of grades, like a lot of 10s and underneath 10 in it. So yeah, I'll definitely sign him because I think he's above average for his age. Alright, next you got my like Gonzalo Borges, bruv. Cool. If you saw him in the transfer market, would you sign him? Me personally, hell no. And if he was already playing for my team, I would release him, bruv. Get rid of him. Not gonna lie, because I know upstairs he's got a downstairs. Let's be honest. Like downstairs, I mean, he can definitely dribble. He's fast on the ball. He's got good movement. But upstairs, it doesn't work, bruv. The brain's not switched on. So based on that alone, I can't sign him, and he just can't play from any of my teams, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you. Say, if I saw Fernandez in the transfer market, would I sign this guy? Alright, so he's 18. Yeah, you know what? I'll sign him because he's got good pace, he's got good dribbling on the ball, and upstairs it is bad, but it's not as bad as other people, yeah? And what I mean by that is 10 composure, 11 concentration, 11 decisions. For an 18-year-old, it's understandable and it can definitely be fixed, bruv. As long as he stays fit and he gets good game time, you can change his mental ability around. You can give him a decent brain, bruv. You get me? You could, bruv. So yeah. And he can pass the ball. He can't really finish right now, but he's 18. 10 finishing isn't that far away from 12 in my opinion. So yeah. He can turn into a decent player, man like Fernandez. If you saw Levi Faustino, yeah, in the transfer market, are you going to sign this guy? Let's be honest, he's 19. Stat-wise, I think he's kind of behind for a 19-year-old. I don't know why my expectations are so high, but I think maybe it's the strength. I don't know, but I'm not really rating his card. I'll be real with you. I wouldn't sign him. I'll walk right past this guy. I'm not going to lie to you. So, listen, if you're in the transfer market, you see Guilherme Santos, are you going to sign this guy? He's a 16-year-old who's actually decent on the ball. He just needs to work on his mental ability in terms of his positioning. I would sign him. I'm not going to lie. It looks like so far, and man will literally say how it is, yeah? It looks like Sporting have the better quality players. Like, I know they don't have as many, but they're definitely way more signable than Porto's ones. I'll tell you that for free, innit? So yeah, I think they've won this war. I'm not going to lie, based on what I've seen. And it looks like Sporting Lisbon have battered FC Porto in terms of quality, yeah? In terms of quality, they've battered them. And yes, Sporting Lisbon has won the war, bruv. Sporting Lisbon has won the war, bruv. You get me? I'm going to make sure I do this like it's a table. And we're going to be facing up against a new opposition. You get me? That's Sporting Lisbon. And let's see who they play up against next episode. You get me? If you like the video, subscribe to continue. With me. I'll see you in the next episode, bruv. See you.